this is Lieutenant Galloway with the weekly reports of January 23rd through the 27th. As of this date, we've had a total of 22 calls. We have one cooking fire contained to a container. This was at 2111 South Randolph Avenue. The resident there had forgotten and left a pot on the stove and left the stove on. There was no major damage to the apartment. It just smoked it up really bad, as well as the apartment above it. Both apartments had to be ventilated and cleared of that. So,
is that this morning?
Believe so. Yes, sir. I think so. That was the date on that. The time on that was early this morning.
Yes. Okay.
Then we've had 3 brush fires. The first one was on 121 Self Road. This was a rekindle from a fire previously. It had a large hay bale there that was still smoldering inside. They went there and opened it up and rolled it out and finished extinguishing that pretty heavily. The next one was on 18 Patricia Circle. This was a fire that when they arrived on scene had already been extinguished. They took our fire rates and stuff and overhauled it, went through and dug and ensured no hot spots and got that taken care of. And the third brush fire was at the dead end of near 408 Baker Drive. This was on the railroad tracks near that dead end. They managed to get down there and get to that and get that extinguished. I think they used about 250 gallons, so it was a pretty decent sized fire. But the cause on that was undetermined. We do have a lot of people who use the railroad tracks, moving from place to place, walking during the day. Several individuals I've seen in the past when passing by do smoke. So we ask anyone who does use those tracks for transversing through neighborhoods to please pay attention. Of course, this is anyone here in town. Please pay attention to your cigarettes and your smoking materials, where you dispose of them. Next will be our 14 EMS calls. We've had 1 service call, 1 public service call. We've had 1 fire alarm with no fire. This was at 411 North Eufaula Avenue. When they arrived on scene, the homeowners were not there. Neighbors called them. We awaited till their arrival. Found no fire, no smoke in the residence. And then we had a fire safety education, one of those, and that was last week over at the Eufaula Primary. Some of our firefighters went over there and did what we call the open door project, where they open up the car doors, let little kids out. It offers a real good, relaxed, casual meeting between the students and the firefighters. A lot of questions get asked and of the kids to the firefighters, and it just makes for a good little time for us to meet and greet and talk with the kids. But other than that, we appreciate it. Would like to say once again thanks for all the American flags that we did get for that. Since our ceremony, I have now received an additional 50 American flags. So at this point in time, we do encourage people to continue to if you do have those, bring them to us. We'll use them at our next ceremony, or we will get them disposed of. So we'll be working on trying to work with some other agencies and try and get that respectfully done. So and this also includes Alabama state flags, or any of your POW MIA flags that someone may have, or service flags. I know a lot of our veterans around, they proudly display their branch colors, such as the Marines or the Army and Navy, so forth. If they have any of those that are in bad condition, please bring those to us as well, and we'll dispose of those correctly also. So other than that, that's it for the fire department today.
Let me ask you a question. If we have an ice event, like they're saying we may have, and I put the may have with it, what would be the department's recommendation about driving in an ice event?
If you don't absolutely have to go somewhere, stay home. And I did forget to bring that up. Like I say, in this area right now, they're looking at serious low temperatures. I would like to try and encourage everybody. Right now, it's nice, decent weather outside. It's a little misty. Go now. Stock up on whatever you need to stock up on. Get ready for whatever you need to get ready for, especially with heating fuels, any types of heaters, anything needs to be cleaned, checked, or done. Do that now.
It was the craziest thing.
See,
My wife's a flincher. It's okay. The one time I could have used a heads up,
Bam. I was putting on lipstick.
The good news is, Alpha has the largest customer service team in Alabama, so you'll be dealing with people here, not all over the country.
Oh, sorry.
For a plan built just for you, contact Keith Bryan in Eufaula.
The expectation of extremely low temperatures, the expectation of ice, sleet, possibly even some snow with accumulation in the area. This is something that we're not used to driving and operating on. So a lot of people here, we encourage you that if you don't have to be out, don't be out, okay? Use common sense and try and go ahead and take care of those things now while you have that opportunity. So of course we'll still be out moving around when need be, but we're going to try and keep our movements to a minimum as well, to try and be in our areas, to try and make a quicker response and a safer response without having to come from a little bit longer distances. So like I say, if you don't have to be out, please stay in. It's much better. And check in on the elderly, take care of your pets. Go ahead, like I say, start trying to get those areas and those people taken care of and plans made. And I always try and encourage everyone to make a plan so that if in case your heater or your electricity, which you depend on for heat and warmth, messes up or has some kind of malfunction, that you have a secondary plan somewhere that you can go to, a neighbor, family member, something like that, or some kind of backup. We do encourage, because usually with ice events, the Alabama Power, I know in this area, has been real good about cleaning out the tree. I think everyone's been seeing that recently, the tree cutting around the power lines, to try and avoid some of those trees getting soaked, becoming iced and heavy and falling on those lines. So just in case, you never know, if the power does go out and someone starts using generators, be sure to use the generator outside. If you have to chain it down to keep from someone taking it or something, if that's what you fear, take care of that now. And try and keep places well ventilated with heaters. I promise you, carbon monoxide will build up pretty quickly. So it will overcome you when you least expect it. Please keep good ventilation and like I say, make those preparations now while you have a chance.
One of the things that I would also bring up is that with your emergency vehicles that could have to be out, that if people ignore the information and they get out, they need to give them a wide berth, much wider than normal.
Yes, our ambulances weigh anywhere from much more than most heavy one-ton trucks. And you're looking at most of our fire trucks are around 40,000 to our ladder truck almost 60,000 pounds. So yes, it takes a little bit for us to get there. Of course, our drivers, we go through extensive driving courses, but the thing is we appreciate it when people let us have the right of way so that we can move to the emergency quickly, safely, and it's better for everybody on the road and for the individuals with the emergency that we're going to. So we do please ask for that. And like I say, the less you got to be there, the better off everybody is. So.
Ladies, unlock the cash value in your jewelry box. Sell your gold on Dale Road. We buy gold jewelry, bent or broken, at Eufaula Flea Market, 354 Dale Road.
Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road.
Hey, this is Detective Lance Abbott with the Eufaula Police Department, and these are the reports for the time period from January the 24th, 2014 to January the 26th of 2014. There were a total of 8 arrests. There was 2 domestic violence third misdemeanor arrests. There were 3 failure to appear arrests. There was 1 minor in possession of alcohol arrest and 1 contempt of court. There was also an arrest for robbery first degree, and this is related to the Circle K incident that took place, I guess approximately a week and a half ago. There were several reports that were completed during this time frame. There was, first off, domestic violence third degree. Domestic violence third degree with the underlying offense of criminal mischief on Nancy Ross Drive. There was a harassing communications report that was completed on Frost Marlowe Road. There was a harassment report on Cherry Street. There was a reckless endangerment report on Kent Drive. There was a harassment report on West Chihuahua Creek Drive. There was a theft of property third degree report and a criminal mischief third degree report on the 100 block of Meadow Lane. And a separate theft of property third degree, a criminal mischief third degree on the 100 block of Meadow Lane, which are not related. A theft of property third degree report at the 300 block of New Fort Browder Road. A domestic violence third degree with the underlying offense of criminal mischief on Nancy Ross Drive. There was an assault second degree report completed in the sub 100 block of Cotton Hill Road. There was an identity theft report completed on Simmons Alley in Eufaula. There was a burglary third degree and theft of property third degree report completed on Spruce Circle. There was an information report completed regarding a deceased individual on the 100 block of Jackson Street. There was a burglary third degree report and a theft of property third degree report on Riverside Drive. There was a theft of property third degree report in Barber Creek Apartments. There was a theft of property third degree report completed on West Broad Street. An additional theft of property third degree report on West Broad Street. And a criminal trespass third degree report on West Broad Street. There's an unlawful break-in and entering of a vehicle and theft of property third degree on Edna Street. Theft of property third degree report on 100 block of TV McCoo Boulevard.
A lot of insurance companies promise to save you money, but when you have to file a claim, it's a whole new ballgame. Don't be fooled by the fast talk and small print. With Alpha, you get great rates and our top-rated claim service. We'll have you back on the road in no time. For a free, no-hassle quote, call Alpha agent Keith Bryant at 334-687-8268.
Possession of a controlled substance report completed at the 400 block of Rivers Avenue. Domestic violence third degree report on Highway 30. A harassing communications report on Frost Marlowe Road. Was leaving the scene of an accident report completed on South Eufaula Avenue. A reckless endangerment report on Kent Drive. A harassment report on South Eufaula Avenue. Domestic violence third degree report on Jackson Street. As for the arrest reports for the time period between January 24th and January 26th. First one is Dosha Lee James. And he was arrested for driving while license suspended. This was actually a failure to appear warrant that was served. This is another failure to appear warrant for Ladarius Trudell McNabb. and another failure to appear warrant for Dante Billings, Eufaula. There was a domestic violence third-degree report completed for James Keith Hutto. There was a arrest report for minor in possession of alcohol for Dustin Chad Williams. There was a contempt of court arrest report completed for Napoleon Dion Rhymes. There was an arrest report for domestic violence third degree for Michael Antonio Mitchell. There was an arrest report for domestic violence third degree for Ebony Princess Billings. And there was a juvenile arrest report for robbery first degree. And again, this is related to the robbery that took place at the Circle K approximately a week and a half ago, I believe. And those are the reports for January 24th through the 26th of 2014.
Is the Circle K still under investigation?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
You think there are other suspects still involved that haven't been apprehended, or?
I think what they're just following up on the videos, witness statements. Some of the individuals that still work there, just continuing to process whatever we have. There were some clothes that were, of course, discarded, and so forth. So again, it's still an investigation.
Was that 2 arrests that were made from that scene?
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I'm thinking there were 3 and a possible 4th. That's correct. Oh, I also wanted to add this, or reiterate what Lieutenant stated regarding the road conditions in the event that the city feels the need to close any of the roads that we have here inside Eufaula. We're highly recommending that everyone stay off the road if possible. In the event that you have a traffic accident on a highway where the road is closed, we will respond and provide assistance, but reports are not completed for roads that are closed. And insurance companies will agree with that. We're just hoping that it goes as smoothly as possible, and everyone just stays safe and during this snowy, icy period that we may be, or that we're anticipating here in the next day or two.
Who makes a decision to close the roads if they are closed?
Usually our highway patrol captain, but we may be, there is a possibility that we might be superseded by the Alabama Department of Public Safety. They have that ability to do it even prior to us if need be.